Here with Greg Howard. Greg, please tell us about this instrument.
This is Malcolm Young's 63 Gretsch Jet Firebird. This is his number 2. His number 1 is at home with him in Australia. But this is Stevie's number 1. So it's his, it used to be red, obviously. He took the finish off just like he did his number 1. Originally had a middle pickup that he added. Humbucker took that out. So basically it's pickup, volume, out. And Stevie uses a cable, no wireless. What makes these kind of sound unique is the Burns vibrato that's not used, but because of the string length behind, it kind of gives it a different feel. And Stevie uses 12s with a wound G.
Wow.
So it goes the Dario 56 to 12.
And what's the Filtertron in there?
It's the stock Filtertron.
Okay.
I would assume this is the stock one, or at least a vintage one. It's because this, and I actually had to look at this pot. It was a little scratchy when I first started, and it was dated. I dated it to 1976.
Okay.
So, and I didn't want to change it. Nothing gets changed unless it absolutely has to be.
Do you know if through Stevie or Malcolm, like how long he's had this one specifically?
I don't know,
Okay.
but I'm sure he's had it a long time.
Yeah.
So this was his, his number 2 for many, many, many years.
Has a lot of stories to tell, I'm sure.
Yeah. Unique sounds. So.
Yeah. And is this like with Angus? Does he use this all night, assuming he doesn't go to tune or break a string? Or
Yeah, he uses this all night unless he goes out of tune. And if he goes out of tune, we switch to the number 2 guitar just for one song, and then it's straight back to this one.
Why does he prefer to go cable versus going wireless? Like
well, he stands right on the edge of the drum riser. He's literally 5 feet from me.
Okay.
And then he walks up, does his background vocals, walks right back. He and Cliff both same thing. Malcolm and Cliff the same thing for forever.
Yeah.
So they always stand right next to the drum riser. They look at each other. They stay in sync.
Tight, yeah.
Super tight all night. And then except for the BVs, he's right there. So.
Well, let's take a look at the number 2.
Sure. So this is Stevie's number 2, which is actually belongs to him. Malcolm gave this to him. It's actually a left-handed 63 Jet Firebird, black, and super rare. I've never seen another one. I've never seen another left-handed. Obviously, he plays it righty, but you can tell it's a lefty because it has double inlays.
Yeah.
So, but this was Stevie's guitar in Starfighter and in his band for years when they opened for acdc in the 70s and 80s. And yeah, this is a great guitar, and this we go to when there's any kind of tuning issues.
Okay.
And then he'll play it for, like I said, one song, maybe 2 sometimes, very, very rarely. He only played it on one song the last show we did.
And you mentioned on the last guitar, the only thing you had done you looked at the pot. Is there anything you did to this one at all?
I haven't done anything to this one. It's basically, obviously the electronics have been changed, and same thing, pickup, volume, jack.
In this one, it was pretty obvious in the first one there was some padding or stuffing inside the guitar. Is there stuff in there?
There's actually no stuffing in this one.
Must not have the feedback.
But it does, because of the middle pickup not being there, it doesn't have as much feedback. And you can see there's a little bit of, Stevie plays so hard, there's pick dust. Whenever I go to change strings, it's just pick dust all over the guitar. You see it a little bit better on the black one.
Let's check out the other 2 Gretches.
Yep. So this was one of Malcolm's spare guitars. Obviously, no Burns vibrato, it's been removed. It's got a stop tailpiece. Says Gretsch on the headstock, not a Gretsch. Made by JD in the UK. Same guy that made Iommi's SGs, made some SGs for Angus. So made Malcolm some Gretsch style stuff. So this got used. This was originally Stevie's number 2 when I first started with him, and we switched to the black one just because the string tension's different, and the black one is closer in tone to the number 1. So, but still a cool guitar.
Yeah, and it's a gift from his uncle.
Yeah. And then this is a brand new Gretsch custom shop. Steve Stern made this. Champagne Sparkle.
It's beautiful.
Stevie wanted this not for acdc, but for most of the studio stuff. So he left all the electronics stock. The tailpiece is non-functional, but still and it's a copy of the Burns. And so, but still has the string tension and a little bit of relicking, but just a beautiful guitar. These guys do great work.
Yeah, it's real light, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And just to clear it up, all 12s, wound G, and all the guitars.
On all the stage guitars, this has 11s on it.